Welcome to Lawyers Rock. Now, if you've been shopping projects over the last year to networks, studios, or record labels, you know that they're all fixated on social media numbers. And how do you get those things up? Well, today I have an expert, the owner of Chica, Intelligente, Katrina Jefferson. Now, she focuses on helping entrepreneurs use social media and other digital strategies to increase their value. In other words, she helps brands, artists, shows, actors increase their following so that they're more attractive and have a better overall marketing strategy. So let's rock. Hey Katrina.
Hi.
I gave a quick overview of who you are and what you've done, but give us a little bit more about yourself and your company.
Okay, my company is called Chica Intelligente, and we are a digital marketing agency. So we provide services such as social media, event planning, business development strategy and organization, as well as full marketing package integration. So that could include advertising coordination and other things.
Katrina, I looked through your digital presence. You have a great website, and I love the tips that you give on your Facebook page. Very inspirational and helpful. You have a very diverse clientele. You've done work for Red Bull, for Ford, for the Soul Beach Music Festival in Aruba. What are some of the common needs you found that your clients have?
In a digital campaign, some of the common thread I find is staffing. I'm seeing that they really either need to outsource an agency like mine because they have the ideas and concepts and projects, but they just don't have the manpower, or they don't have the idea and then they don't have the manpower. So in that instance, I'm pitching both the idea and the manpower for it as well.
Now, a lot of the viewers of Lawyers Rock are brands, filmmakers, TV production companies, music companies, and other entertainment type entities. And they're really all just entrepreneurs, and that's kind of the theme of my site. But entrepreneurs like to do a lot of things themselves, and social media is probably one that they really try to do. What's a frequent mistake you see entrepreneurs make when they conduct a digital campaign?
They think that they can do social media, and it's funny because I'm not bashing any social media, but I'll often see posts where it's just all about their sales. And I laugh because it's not all about you and what you want to promote, although we'd like to do that, but it's about what your target consumer wants to see and what they want to capture and what you can give them. Because if you think about it, all the feeds that you get on a daily basis, whether it's through Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, whichever social media platform you choose, getting a lot of sales pitches all day long is going to only annoy the consumer and turn the consumer off. So it's important that whatever you're pitching, even if you tweet 12 times, that at least half the time you're giving your audience something that is resourceful for them and possibly something even educational that they can keep and leverage and use so they can see you as a resource.
Plenty of self-serving tweets out there. Now, Katrina, give us a couple tips on how you do a successful campaign.
A couple tips. One, I can say plan ahead. Oftentimes, I see people and they're just like, we want to do social media, and they just jump on and start tweeting, like I said, about themselves, when in actuality, if they planned and took time to plan even a 6-month campaign and really sat and started to dive and figure out which months are even more profitable for them, I mean, really did a lot with their numbers, I think that would be a very good use of their time and also show a better return on investment. The second thing is being consistent. I see a lot of brands, the ones that I've worked with, who aren't as consistent as they should be, and that just means doing something on a daily basis, whether you choose one platform or 4 platforms, or even in your digital marketing and advertising, if you are doing an advertising campaign that's online, checking that in with that advertising campaign, making sure you're getting the amount of clicks that you're looking for, and just, maybe using retargeting or doing some other fun and interesting things with that campaign. I think that will be just as important and helpful as well, so you don't get to the end of the campaign and then start flustering.
So what brands do you see out there killing it right now? Who has the best social media campaigns?
I really like Oreo. They do some interesting, fun things, and I've enjoyed looking at them on Instagram and other platforms. I love what Ford's doing. Ford's always been ahead of the game in the auto industry as far as their marketing and digital. I also like Red Bull. Red Bull has a bunch of interesting campaigns, and whether it's their athletes or they're pushing some type of new product or tool, they always have some amazing innovative campaigns that you can look at and get inspiration from.
Now, you're an entrepreneur yourself, so what inspired you to start your company?
What inspired me to start my business? Well, it's always been in me. I can say that at a very young age, even 7 and 8 years old, I wanted to create things, and I wanted to sell things and talk to people. That's just kind of always been my nature. Starting at the flea market, selling things, selling mud pies. Actually, I can't believe I'm admitting that, but creating go-karts with my cousin, like that's what inspired the tech side. I've always had this thing where I've always felt like I could teach and I could brand something and sell something, and that just has always been in me since a little kid. I think now, though, what's inspiring me to continue are the thought leaders that I see in the space that are consistently giving back. So they don't just have money and they're branding a product or service, but they've either been in the game a short amount of time or a long amount of time, and they're also constantly giving back, which is what I'm all about as well.
Yeah, and I was going to mention, I saw on your website you do a lot of giving back. How important is that to the culture of your company?
Oh, giving back is super important. Everyone on my team, they have to do something related to philanthropy. So for me, it's so important that I even started an organization or a program called SOLD, SOULED, where it showcases and teaches kids how to become entrepreneurs. So we start from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade, and we partner with different organizations and have different programs running throughout the year that teach kids the essential skills of entrepreneurship. I just think it's really important to always give back because you have this generation that's coming behind us, and I want to show that I'm willing to sacrifice some time and impact the community and make a change. I think it's infectious once you start doing that.
Yeah, I agree. Katrina, Lawyers Rock is also about how entrepreneurs achieve success. And when I have people on, I like to get real stories from them of how they overcame obstacles. Can you give me an example of a challenge or an obstacle that you overcame while growing your business? And how did you address the challenge or overcome the obstacle?
An obstacle that I faced when I was starting my business, let's see, there were a few. The one thing that I can say is that I had a client that I was working with, and we stopped working together, but it was this mutual thing, and I feel that if that never would have happened, I would have never pushed forward as hard as I am with my company. I would have never created the programs that I now am able to create. It almost closing that door almost just opened a few doors for me. And while I am grateful that I have all the clients that I have, that client in particular really gave me this boost to just take it up a notch.
Thanks, Katrina, for the interview. You gave a lot of really good advice. I'm going to put all your information on the video, but tell people how they can find you.
On Twitter, I'm at Chica Intelli. You can also email me, katrina@chicaintelligente.com. And on the web, you can get me at www.chicaintelligente.com.